Live from Big Monster Toys in Chicago's West Loop neighborhood, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour. And Sam Unsicker just whipped up some pina coladas.
I know.
He was in Jamaica recently, so we get a little slice of Jamaica right
This
here.
this place is heaven, and in case you don't want to drink, they also have a workout room, and your favorite, they have a nap room right next to the workout room. But
Well-
this is where all the ideas are made. I mean, this is where the future toys are coming from, this place here in Chicago.
That's really cool. Very creative setting. And speaking of celebratory cocktails, somebody
yes.
that was raising one last night as the new mayor of Orland Park. He will when he's sworn in next month. He is Keith Pekau, and he joins us now. Keith, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan and Amy. Appreciate it.
So this turned out to be one of the big races last night, along with Mayor Claire winning re-election in Bolingbrook and Richard Irvin becoming the first African-American mayor of the city of Aurora, also a Republican, by the way, Richard Irvin. And then, those were some of the bigger races yesterday. Yours was as well, because you unseated a 24-year incumbent. And we talked about the race on this show because, as I said, I got involved with it through my independent expenditure PAC, as I've disclosed, but also it was because the rather unusual circumstances, perhaps the most egregious example of a political ruling class power money grab that I've seen in the last 25 years in Illinois politics, and that was Dan McLaughlin almost quadrupling his salary to almost quadruple his pension on the way out the door after one more term. While also Orland Park has been beset by substantially increased debt and 56% increase in its property tax levy over the last decade. So it was just a confluence of a lot of events that made, in my estimation, Orland Park kind of a microcosm for so much bad policy that afflicts Illinois generally. And to give us your reaction to this upset victory over McLaughlin and what it means for Orland Park as perhaps a microcosm of what should be done in Illinois and scaled statewide.
Well, obviously, I'm pretty excited about the win, as is my entire team and all of the volunteers that helped. And I think the first thing it suggests is how people can get involved and actually make a difference. Almost everyone that volunteered for me, probably 95%, had never knocked on a door before, had never been involved in the political process before other than voting. And this act of raising the pension just angered them so much, and then they appreciated my message so much that they got involved. And they knocked on doors, they talked to neighbors, and the people of Orland Park stepped up. And it gives me renewed faith that with a lot of hard work, because it's not easy to unseat an incumbent, as you know, that things can be changed for the better. And that all is not lost. I never have thought that all was lost in Orland Park or Illinois or the United States. It just requires hard work and involvement of people. And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
First-time candidate, that's important to note, too, just in terms of people thinking, I can never do this. I don't like what's going on, but I can never do this. You and some other candidates are examples that it can be done. Here's the big question, though, is, okay, the issue that sort of centered the race was the salary and the corresponding pension after so many years of service, so many years in office. So what are you going to do about that?
So the very first thing I will do is I'm going to decline the pension, so I'm not going to participate in the pension system. The pay raise, as you know, was passed, so it's state law for the next 4 years. So there's nothing I can do about that except work full time and try to clean out the issues that exist beyond just the pension in Orland Park. Some of the pay for play, those types of issues just have to be taken care of, have to be weeded out, and I will work with the village manager to make sure that happens and really focus hard for the people of Orland on economic development.
But are you going to petition the village board, which I know you don't control, but are you going to petition the village board to rescind the salary or to restore it back to its previous level, on a go-forward basis, assuming as soon as you can?
I absolutely am, and that won't take effect until after my term, but as soon as I possibly can, so that for the next term that doesn't happen, because we are a manager-council form of government, so the mayor should not be a full-time position.
So you're similar to President Trump because you have no previous experience running for elected office, and you're a landscaper and tree trimmer from Mokina, Illinois. That's great. You own and run your own business. Are you going to have any pushback from village board members because they might be upset that the incumbent lost?
I think for sure there'll be pushback from some of the village board members. I also think that there's a few of them that have comported themselves very well throughout this campaign and will be very willing to work with me. We can have honest disagreements. Just, don't do no backroom dealings, nothing done behind my back, and be honest, and things can get done. And I have to believe that the majority of the members of the board want the same things I do, which is for Orland Park to be a better place. And if that's the case, we'll find ways to work together.
For people that may have considered running for office but don't want to do it because it's too expensive, it's too nasty, I can't win, as a first-time candidate who may have at one point thought all of those things before deciding to jump into this race, what's your message? What's your experience?
But if there are issues that you want to tackle and address, and you surround yourself with a good team and you put a good plan in place and you work hard, you can make a difference and you can win. It's hard. I won't lie to you. It's difficult. It's difficult on your family. I thank my wife every day for being there to support me because she put up with a lot for the last 4 months. But it is doable.
So what is going to be your first item that you're going to tackle when you are sworn in as mayor?
Well, the first item is to get the board to agree to allow me to reject the pension, which they have to sign off on that. That should not be a problem. The second thing is to dive into our finances and make sure that we're starting to spend within our means, because we've been spending about 5% extra every year on our budget. And so 5% is not that heavy of a lift, but we need to dig into those and know exactly where all those opportunities are for savings to get us to be more fiscally responsible.
And are you? How's it going to work now with your business? You're a small business owner operator, and now you're a full-time mayor, at least for this forthcoming term.
That's a really good question. I have actually hired someone to run my business, and he's been working now for about six or 8 weeks. So hopefully that transition goes smoothly. So I will be working on transitioning that even more over the next couple of weeks before I'm sworn in, and then that position is going to become very much like a board-level position for me, where my involvement will be more just some general oversight, and probably mostly on the weekend.
Did the current mayor of Orland Park, did he call you and congratulate you last night, or did you receive anything in your email inbox this morning?
So the mayor did call me last night. I believe it was about 9 o'clock that he called me and congratulated me. We had a very short but nice discussion, and and hopefully our transition will be smooth.
All right, Senator Dick Durbin, meet your new mayor of Orland Park. He is Keith Pekau, and Keith, I'm not going to pretend to be neutral in this race because I clearly wasn't, and I'm very happy for you and very excited about the prospects of Orland Park under your leadership, so congratulations.
Thank you very much, and thank you both for the support.
Keith Pekau, the incoming mayor of Orland Park.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.